Hello and welcome to the Galblade News. The Duchess of Sussex has urged young women to push humanity in a more inclusive direction. Speaking to a gender equality summit, Meghan called on delegates to challenge lawmakers, leaders and executives and make them uncomfortable. She said this discomfort would create conditions to reimagine our standards. It comes after she and husband Prince Harry spoke to young people about equal rights. In a pre-recorded video, Meghan, 38, told the 2020 Girl Up Leadership Summit that Duke, 35, and their son Archie will be cheering on young activists as they continue marching, advocating and leading the way forward. The Duke and Duchess are now living in Los Angeles with their son after stepping back as senior working roles earlier this year. Last week the pair spoke to young leaders during the Queen's Commonwealth Trust weekly video call, which focused on responding to the Black Lives Matter movement. In the keynote speech to the Female Empowerment Summit, which took place virtually due to the coronavirus pandemic, Meghan told delegates humanity desperately needed them to push it in a more inclusive, more just and more empathetic direction. She said as well as framing debate, they needed to be in charge of the conversation on issues including racial justice, gender, climate change, mental health, and so much more. The Duchess praised the work delegates have already been doing. She highlighted those involved in efforts like organising global Black Lives Matter protests, reforming the criminal justice system, and campaigns to end gun violence. She said, "You are standing up and demanding to be heard, yes, but you're also demanding to own the conversation." She went on to say women regularly get a verbal brush-off from those in power, something experienced in the moments we challenge the norms. Meghan added, "So if that's the case, I say to you, keep challenging, keep pushing, make them a little uncomfortable. Because it's only in that discomfort that we actually create the conditions to reimagine our standards, our policies, our leadership, to move towards real representation and meaningful influence over the structures of decision-making and power. This reimagining of standards is not a zero-sum game," she explained, "but rather it is mutually beneficial and better for everyone." She said the path to get there will take girls and women, men and boys. It will take those that are black and those that are white collectively, tackling the inequalities and structural problems that we know exist. Former US First Ladies Michelle Obama and Hillary Clinton also made appearances during the conference organised by Girl Up, an initiative created by the UN Foundation in 2010 to help support UN agencies that focus on adolescent girls. Meghan has actively campaigned on a number of humanitarian issues, especially the topics of gender equality and women's empowerment. She has spoken previously about how a soap manufacturer alters its advert after, at the age of 11, she wrote a letter to then First Lady Miss Clinton and other high-profile figures, complaining that it implied women belonged in the kitchen. So what do you think of this kind of movement? Do you see this happening? Do you see maybe your daughters, maybe your aunties, maybe any of your female relatives being urged? Do you think actually there is a drive towards supporting more women, or do you think this is kind of going to fade over time? Whatever you think, leave your comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe.